Hey y'all, Joe here, Southern Coast of Cooking. It's good to be back. Happy New Year's, y'all. Hope y'all had a merry, blessed Christmas. I'm going to show y'all here what I got today. It's New Year's Eve. We have got a big whole beef tenderloin, pismo, whatever you want to call it. It's been peeled, but it has not been trimmed. So what we'll do today is we're going to trim it up a little bit. We'll get ready for, y'all want to put this bad boy on the yoder tonight, honestly. Try to do me a whole beef tender. So I'm just going to got one of my little cold steel commercial series knives here. Just going to try to get underneath that silver skin the best we can without piercing the meat too bad. Let's see here. Slowly but surely, just get underneath there. You know, there's no real fast way to do this. You just want to kind of peel it up, and hopefully y'all can see what I'm kind of doing here. I know it's kind of backwards. Let's see, I'll turn you over here maybe on this side, see a little bit better. I'm basically just trying to peel this skin up, losing as little meat as possible. It looks like I've got a little bit of meat coming off with it, but not too bad. Just keeping the knife, see up here, toward the top of the silver skin. Just trying to peel that on off. Let me get that out of sight and out of mind. Shoot, let's see. And if you start to take some meat, just push your knife right in there. See how I'm getting right underneath the silver skin now? And we'll just push out like that. Go along with it. And just take that silver skin off, because that stuff is no good. Can't eat it. Nothing like that. So, you know, as you practice and as you clean the roast, you know, the tenderloin, you'll get better. Get underneath there, losing less meat. But, I mean, that's my main concern, you know, is getting the silver skin off. A little bit more down this way. Get that off. Peel that back. And you can't really use that for anything. You know, some of the other stuff, the farther fats and stuff, you can trim off and use for burger. But, you know, the silver skin, unfortunately, is pretty much inedible. So let me just peel the rest of this silver skin off for y'all. And kind of come back to it. Look at that. That's a big pocket of them. I'll flip it around here on the other side. Show you. Well, you know what that is, actually. See this? This is the chain muscle. Separate from the actual tenderloin. Now, have you ever gotten a filet in a restaurant that looks like a Pac-Man? Or not in a restaurant, usually it's in the grocery store. It looks like a Pac-Man, it's got a little open pot. That's because, see, that's right here. They cut it with the chain on there. And what they're doing, I get on the butcher if I ever go to one like that, because they're overcharging me. When you get just tenderloin or just a filet mignon, unless you come from right in here, not this chain meat. This is which your filet tips and stuff like that come from, okay? Nothing wrong with this meat, but they're overcharging. This is the premium stuff right here. This chain here is something different. In fact, I'm glad I just came across that. Let me show you how you separate that. I mean, you barely don't even hardly have to take a knife and just run it. You'll separate the two muscles here, because the chain, like I said, it doesn't go along with the whole tenderloin. Now, I may just cube this up tonight and kind of you know, saute some of it, steak tips for the kids, stuff like that. That's a good idea. I think we may do steak tips for some more of the kids and stuff like that. But yeah, this chain meat, let's just go ahead and disconnect from the whole tenderloin. And so you can just basically pull it apart with your hands. See how it's done right there? Goes all the way down to the tip. Let's see, right there. I'll snip this a little bit over here. I don't know if y'all could see that, but kind of trying to watch the viewfinder here, which y'all can see. But let's just release the chain, so to speak. Look at that. Come right off of there. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Flip it over a little bit. Show you on the other side as it comes off. Let's see. I mean, it's just really not even barely connected on there. It's just a little fat basically kind of holding it on. We'll just unzip it right there. Okay, so set that chain aside for right now, chain meat, and go back to getting any of the silver skin off. Okay, so I still got some on down through here. And flip it back around again so y'all can watch this. And let's see. It's kind of a tedious process, but you get used to it. And some people had the butcher do it. You can. They may charge a little bit. Looked at. And that's when you get the money right there. You get one piece that really pulls. You get a lot of it off at once. But the deal is, if they sold you this tenderloin with the chain, with the silver skin and chain already removed, it'd be like $25 a pound. You know, instead of $16 to $12 sometimes on sale or whatever a pound for like it is now. But now I'll have to maybe put a picture, if I have one, of what this looks like in the package. Should have done that. Turn that off. Oh, this is really nice here. You want to trim any of this little excess stuff off over here. You know, just like I said, any of this little stuff that looks like silver skin, best just get it out of here. Excavate it from the situation. Let's go. Get that out of here. There we go. Look at this stuff. This stuff down here is just pulling off by hand. That's great. You can't beat that. Okay. So you got that. I'm not really as concerned about fat. I mean, some of these bigger globules. Okay, here's another piece of steak or whatever muscle that's on the tenderloin. See this big one right here? It's kind of a roast. You can take this off. A lot of people do, and I may do that. In fact, to cook this kind of separately. You could cook it all together, but again, naturally, if the muscle wants to come apart, I'm just going to take it apart because I want it to cook more evenly. So let's get some of this fat out of here that's in between these muscles. Kind of reminds me of pointing a flat on a brisket almost. The way this kind of fat in between everything. And I'll show you here what I'm talking about. Hopefully you can see that, where that right there intersects. And you just kind of run the knife there, pull apart a little bit with your hands. Always try to work as much, let your hands do the pulling, and the knife just kind of slide in there. Okay. Let me pull you over this way some, so maybe you can see a bit better what I'm doing. See how I'm just kind of going down here, through here. Let's take this roast off of itself. I want to get this silver skin off right here. Let's see, I think we'll just slice this just like that. Go ahead and excavate. Go ahead and get that out of there. So we got this roast removed from the whole tender. We'll clean that roast up in a minute, and we'll get the tenderloin going, get it cleaned up as well. Just want to, again, the silver skin, anything you can pull off by hand, pull off by hand, and roll up in here just like this. See that silver skin just come right off like that. And let's pull that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You don't want that meat's tender. If it starts to come off with the silver skin, we'll just cut it and start up here a little further. I was just about all the silver skin anyway, but this is just a little bit softer fat. It comes off very easily. Not too worried about it, really not. You know, for cooking this thing whole, I want a little bit of external fat. But so we can pull some of this off, just like that. But this is the beauty right here. I mean, you got this piece right here. Gorgeous center cut fillets in here. Everything else. Take some of this globular fat off the backside if you wanted. Again, I don't think there's much reason in it. Pretty lean fillet as it is. This piece down here, I'm not going to take much because this is a little bit thinner down on this end, and I don't want to take from it to make that overcooked. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And in fact, this is so much thinner here. Some people will cut these little ends off and cook those separately as well. Because again, you don't want anything to get overcooked. I may cut this one down here toward the very end. Let's see. That's just straight meat right there, y'all. It's good stuff. I just hate to cut this thing, y'all, honestly. But I'm going to have to cut it somewhat. Just cut some of this thinner part off here. We'll just cut that right there, okay? So look at that beauty right there. Take that off. And then we've got this nice big old tenderloin roast right here. So that's what we're gonna roll with tonight. When we get to cooking, I'll clean the rest of this up and I'll see y'all later on in another video.